joke. It's not here. You're driving. You know how to do this? This is what you need to know.
I know the basics of a camera. I know how to hold it steady.
Hold it like this, not here, or I hear you breathe. It's an amazingly sensitive microphone.
Okay.
Hold it out a bit. Look through there. Don't look at me. Okay, because if you look at me, I'll get footage of your shoes.
Okay.
And just hold it like that. Don't press any buttons ever.
Okay.
Okay. The microphones are on top, so if you put your finger over those holes, it sounds really, really weird.
Understood.
Okay. Hello guys, I'm Chris Boden. Welcome to... You can pull your elbows in. Pull your elbows in. There, you're a million times steadier. Hello guys, I'm Chris Boden. Welcome to today's Captain's Blog. We're here with Joe, Crash Cart, and Torpid is driving the camera, and Torpid's having a seizure. Here, you're gonna die.
Okay.
It's okay. It took me years to be able to do that.
All right.
People freak out when they see me do this, and they don't realize the secret to doing this is shoot 10,000 really bad videos. It's okay. Come here, I'll teach you how to set up. Good. Alright, this is our Bosch Bulldog Extreme Rotohammer, right? This is a bastard file. I swear to God, that's really what they're called. Okay. On the end, you can see you've got this angle, and you've got this angle, right? Ignore this. This angle is for you. This is so that the machine, if this was straight, if this didn't have this bend in it, you would frequently ram the machine into what you're trying to use. So they put a bend in it so you can get up a bit. And in actuality, you're going to be up about here most of the time. You'll see the angle. The higher you go, the slower you're going to go forward. The lower you go, the faster you go forward. The trade-off is the faster you go, the lower your angle, the less you're going to peel off the floor. If you go too high, you're going to do this. And you can see where we've gone beyond taking this off, and we've actually, that's called spalling. When you chip out a chunk of concrete, that's spalling. Spalling is bad, because we got to fix that later. So there's no reason you can't do this whole floor without getting any of that. And if you start getting that, it's probably because your angle is too high, which means this is dull. And then you violated Rule 1. Rule 1 is let the machine do the work. So when you sharpen this edge, and this is true of any knife, even a chef's knife, okay? This is how knives go dull. You have a sharp edge on a knife like this, that edge is going to roll over eventually, and it'll form a curl. And when it forms that curl, it's dull. And you can feel it because if you roll your finger this way, it'll feel smooth. So try that. See, that feels like you expect it to. But if you go this way, there's like a hook.
Yep.
And it tells you this end is rolled back, which would make sense because we're ramming it into concrete. So you take this, and you only use this in one direction. Don't saw. That's amazingly bad. It's bad for this, it's bad for the file. Files are made out of crazy hard steel, but because it's really hard, it's really brittle. That's the trade-off that you get. So you hold it like this, you see your angle there, okay? And you feel it, check over your thumb. And it'll be really hard at first, like you'll feel it dig, and it'll get easier and easier as you get rid of that edge. And you're not trying to sharpen this, you're trying to pull off that curl and expose a new surface. If you want to sharpen this, then you really want to do it with the grinding wheel and do it properly. But that's a whole different thing because you got to learn how to not get it too hot and you'll screw up the temper and all that.
It's just basically going that way. You don't need to go at an angle for any specific reason.
Well, there's a slight angle to it, but it's not. I've got it at about a 45-degree angle or so. If you're doing knives and stuff, there's very specific angles. In fact,
I see you're going to the right, is what I mean.
Oh, like this way? You follow the grooves in there.
Okay.
Oh, that feels worlds better. Yeah. You can go this way too if it starts to, if you're left-handed or whatever.
Okay.
Just whatever makes you happy. Now feel that and it'll feel totally different.
Oh yeah, that's a big difference.
And so you've seen your whole life, you've seen guys like in movies doing this with a knife, and you never knew what the hell they were doing. You just thought, oh, well, that's sharp. No, you're feeling for a thing. You actually don't go this way. Go this way. If you go backwards, you can feel the curve, and then you know you're cool. All right, now you're sharp, you're good. You're going to have to do this probably 3 or 4 times today. Okay. Just check it every now and then. Also, this will get really hot in use. It's getting hot from 2 different places. You've got the friction here on the floor, and then you've got friction up in here. Because inside this, you've got a surface with little ramps on it, like a wheel with ramps, and then this thing is slamming into that with a thrust bearing. And so you're pushing up ramps and then falling down, pushing up ramps and falling down, and that's how you make the hammers, which is why if you turn it on like this, it doesn't do anything. But the minute you push it down, listen to the change. Okay, that's the hammers. Well, that makes a hell of a lot of friction there, and it makes a lot of heat. They've lubricated for that with this black goop. The black goop is the lifeblood of this machine. It's going to get hot a little bit from the motor, but mostly from this friction plane area here where the hammer is. When that gets hot, the gear loop is going to get thin because it's grease. So right now it's nice and cool and thick. As it heats up, it's going to get thin. It's going to start trying to wiggle its way out. It's not as bad with this because we're just using the hammer function. It's not spinning. If it's spinning as well and you overheat it, it'll fling. And you can tell because you can see pairs of pants I own that have a black line right here from doing this. And you always end up with one black knee. The grease is very distinctive. It's black, and you'll see it out here. You can see some on this cable where it's been wiped off. See these little black spooges? That's the grease. When the grease runs out, the tool dies. Buy a new tool. It's why we have a dead one down there. And this old one that we have used for years, look, you can see the goop all over it. It flings out.
Okay.
That's how you kill it. You overheat it.
It's not, you can't replace that stuff, right?
I think you can rebuild it, but that's where you get into the
It's not
risk reward.
for
Yeah.
normal use.
Yeah. I mean, we're the Geek Group. We can probably fix the damn thing.
Yeah.
But that whole nightmare can be avoided by understanding duty cycle. You cannot just, I can't just hand you a crowbar and roar, you need a break every now and then. You get hot, you get sweaty, you need to chill the hell out. The tool's the same way. And if you learn how to speak tool, if you listen to the tool, it will live a lot longer. Because if you just grab this, and we have like 10 guys here and they tag team off and we do the whole floor at once, the tool will probably survive throughout all of that. And it'll be useless after that, because once it goes off, it's dead forever. But if you listen to the tool, and if you realize, okay, this is getting really hot, or I'm starting to see things come out, or it's making a weird sound, or smell, or it just doesn't feel right, or anything like that,
Stop.
stop. If you put your hand on the side and it's hot, if it's warm, that's okay, but if it's hot, put it down. Put a fan on the side, let it cool, let it chill, and just go have a Coke and a smile and chill the hell out, man. It's okay. Because the floor's been here since 1953. It'll be here tomorrow. We got a whole building full of shit to do. I'd rather you not destroy the $400 tool.
Understood.
So it's really simple stuff, but these are things that a lot of people, I learned all of these lessons by not doing every single thing I'm telling you, and buying a lot of tools because of that. I don't know why people don't teach you stuff, but that's why the Geek Group is here, teach people how to build stuff. So just let the machine do the work is the biggest thing. If you force it, if you go, here, watch, I'll show you. This is really easy to illustrate. I recommend the face shield. It isn't needed. You can get away with this. The thing to remember at that point is keep your damn mouth shut.
Okay.
I have to do this and talk at the same time, which is probably going to suck a little. Because if you're doing this right, everybody who starts out with this does the same thing. Go into it easy, go into it slow, because you're going to work your way up to your groove. And everybody has a different groove. It's largely dependent on your angle of attack and the speed that you're comfortable using it.
Okay.
And you'll find your own pattern and style, and there's a lot of little things to figure out.
All right.
But you'll start out slow, and you can hear the little thing making the bangs. Okay. Now with the knob set here, it's not going to twist at all, so you don't have to worry about that. It's locked in position, so you can lean either way and you're okay. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can just turn it forward and that loosens it, and you can spin this around anywhere you want and tighten it back down. So you can get the angle that works best, because be comfortable.
And that's adjustable to how the
That's how this is going to lay.
The level
Because
of
this
attack.
hand is going to be your angle of attack and your forward thrust.
Okay.
This angle is your steady hand.
Right, I'm talking about the impact. Is that adjustable when you twist that thing?
No, that doesn't change the impact. It just changes where, all that's changing is where this sits.
I
This
see.
handle.
Understood.
That's all it does.
All right.
So I like mine about there, which is just cocked up a little bit.
Yep.
Now you find your angle, it's going to be right around 45. It'll change as it gets dull. It'll change as how, like if you blast over a spot too fast and you have to go back and do it slow, you'll come back and you'll go up a little bit. But the angle really matters.
Okay.
The lower you go, the faster you go. The higher you go, the cleaner you go. So you want to find a balance between the two. If you go too high, you're just chiseling down to the floor and you're going to fall like that.
Right.
So that's the big thing to avoid. I'd rather have you hit a spot twice every now and then than be carving chunks out of the damn floor.
Okay.
So we come down about here, ease into it. Okay. Now I was a little bit too low, and you can see I've got some schmutz there. That's not spalling.
Oh, it's not spalling?
If you run your finger over it, that's the bottom layer of tile.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I can see it now.
Yep. So you come up a little bit. And you can hear how gentle that is. And this will blast right up. You don't have to force it. You let them and you can see immediately it starts shooting stuff. And keep this out of your way. This is sticky and it will stick to your pants.
Okay.
This is going to be a thing all day. Just accept it.
All right.
Don't go here and then here and then here. You're not mowing a lawn. There's going to be a lot of areas where you'll get big chunks. Like here you can see nice straight lines where I cut it. And then this gets really irregular. I didn't move in that pattern, but parts of the tile will pop up on their own. You can even grab this with your fingers and pull a big chunk up.
Right.
Well, that makes your world a bit better. So if you stagger these out a little bit, every now and then you'll have to go back and hit this space, but a lot of the time you won't. It'll actually save you a ton of work.
Okay.
And it's part of that work smarter, not harder thing.
Mm-hmm.
The tile isn't hard. This is vinyl composition tile, so it's gummy.
Okay.
So it's going to tear a lot. And once you get the groove to it, it goes about this fast. Because I pulled back and I didn't move my legs, so I just got too sharp.
Yeah.
And it'll get away from you.
Yeah.
So you want to keep it under control, but the faster you go, the less control you're going to have. So it's finding that balance of how fast do you want to do it and keeping it on the edge of out of control.
Okay.
You're going to make a ramp and it's going to jump out away from you.
Okay.
You can only work an effective area of about a foot. And I go like this so I can lean. Mike's crazy. Mike will do this shit like this. He'll bend over and you'll kill yourself by the end of the day.
I bet.
You're going to hurt like crazy. Get low. Get down into it. Working off points or working off flats. Off points is easier and faster.
I've found that out manually, so.
Okay. But that's how it's done.
Awesome. So
remember all of that, which you won't, but by the end of the day you will. And just rock out.
Okay.
Alright. If you have any questions, come see me.
Alright.
Alright, you remember about a 50% duty cycle.
Alright.
Well, you get started. Huh?
I would appreciate some knee pads.
Oh god, yes. Let's go up to the tour room, we'll get you guys some knee pads, we'll get you whatever you want. You have to wear hearing protection.
Understood.
Okay, because the eye protection, it'll constantly remind you. But the hearing protection will sneak up on you. And in this room with that tool, you're screwed if you don't.
I hear you.
Alright.
Now anyway.
Let's have the tour. And we cut. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Alright, so time is 12:39 hours.
I'm doing an AD.
This is Sophia, who's
Hi.
here to harass me. But it's awesome I want to thank all the members of the IRC who finally brought me a midget. It's cool.
I am
So-
actually officially a midget.
Are you?
Well, I'm officially a dwarf. I have a form.
What's the difference?
Dwarfism.
What's the difference?
It's like 6 inches.
Like between midget and dwarf? I thought like there was like physiological differences. I didn't know it was like just a height thing.
There's argument.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not clear.
The dwarf wars. Yes! I'm on your side.
I'm bringing it to my dwarf brethren. Alright.
Watch out when you go under here because they will bite you. These things?
Okay.
Oh god, they're vicious.
Got it.
They're sneaky, but vicious.
Alright.
Alright.
Awesome.
Alright. If you want that chair, you can use it. If you want one of the big chairs over there, they're like boosty. We just thought they were crazy high, and then we found out that if you put a fat guy in one, they'd knock right down.
Oh yeah?
So yeah, they'll jack your ass up like another 2 foot.
iPad.
Yeah, I think so.
Does this go down?
I'll get my
This does go down. You have to.
That thing?
Patrick, can you just...
I'm gonna die. I'm
Don't
gonna
stop.
die.
I'm dying.
Push down on it a little bit. Ah! Fuck. Okay, I'm cool.
You don't have to say you're in.
That
Is
was
it just for
only
the
mildly.
process
You
to
know
get
that thing
set
weighs
up?
like 1,000 pounds, right?
You know, it would hit this. It wouldn't crush it.
Oh, hey, you want to see the dead guy?
Sure.
All right, put your
Is there
hand in
a dead
here.
guy in there?
Lift this up. We're gonna set it right over here. All right, down in here. See that?
Wow.
That's our entire dead guy right there. That's all we got. A little piece of fat,
Nice.
but we got dead guy. What are you doing?
They're
They're blogging us. You ready?
Okay, right.
Finger it. There you go. Cool.
Fantastic.
All right, they're blogging us. So, all right, you have fun, dear. Thank you. If you need anything, let me know, and you can twiddle any of the knobs you want.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
There's a girl on my set. On my set. Oh God. All right, time is 12:52 hours, and because I love him so much, and he's such a nice guy, Rocco. Here's a look at the 2 new servers. Now, there's the bottom one. Your details on part number and such. Okay, and here's your top one. Details. Okay, and oh, here's serial number and part number. Okay, so what we have is an HP ProLiant DL360 G5 and a 380 G5. Here's drive details. Now this bottom one I want to be the new Caspar box, the top one new encoder box. They came to us from the awesome Andrew, and I think one of them needs a power supply or something like that. I'm not really sure, but you can figure it out because you're smart. So yeah, this is a goal. Caspar encoder. I want to get these up and running, and we'll have 2 operational modes. Primary operational mode is this will be Caspar, this will be encoder, and the other one, the existing Caspar, will be for GGR2 or GG2 or whatever the hell they're calling it, and that'll be the channel 2. In the event of an oh shit situation, we fail over, crash the system, and the channel 2 becomes a hot backup. So we just swap it over. So that's the idea. But let's make this work because it's cool, it's sexy, it's nice, and it's here. So let's make that happen. Okay? Thank you. Hi. I know who you are, but who's he?
I have no idea.
Hi.
I'm Daniel Wall, actually, a friend of mine, Michael Curley.
Okay.
I believe you talked to him a couple days ago, maybe?
I have no idea, but welcome to the Geek Group. Hi. How can I help?
I just thought I would come by and
Here.
check it out.
Okay. What do you want to know?
That's a very broad question.
It's the Geek Group. Are you do you just want to learn about the lab and see what we do and stuff like that? Because we do public tours every Saturday at 1. If you want to hang out and help and volunteer and get dirty, cool. I mean, so what do you want to do?
Right now, I'm
It's up to you.
gearing up. I've got to head back to the east side state today.
Okay.
But I thought I'd drop by before I left and
Sure.
check things out.
All right.
Eventually come back next week.
Yeah. Patrick can show you around in a minute. He's just pulling some bags off his stuff. Okay, cool. Here, we'll get video of Patrick doing it. You made the blog. You're famous now. The whole internet loves you.
Sounds good.
Especially Rocco. Rocco loves everybody though. Alright, let's get a look inside this. That's unlocked. want to do this without breaking it. Here, you're driving. Alright, inside, lots of RAM. It's at least 4 gigs of RAM. One processor, one open slot, one power supply, one open slot. What do we have for PCI slots? We have no PCI slot there. We have a PCI slot here, and we have a slot here that looks like a little short PCI, but I'll bet we can put 2 encoder cards in it. That's all we need. Put 2 of the Black Magics in it, it'll be fine. I think I did that right. You all set, Patrick?
You tell me.
I don't know. Did you get the bags off for me?
Yes, that
All
one.
right, then
and
we're
that
moving.
one is instructed.
Then
So
we're
you get
moving
the bags
cold
that you
air in
need.
here, and the whole world's a better place.
Isn't that a true statement?
You got the stuff for them moves?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, bottom machine looks like this. We have 2.5 PCI slots.
Microphones are right there. You gotta be careful with your fingers.
Patrick, grab the camera. I'll try and open this up if I can figure out how. Push down and turn. Okay.
They have a child safety lock
They have a child
on
safety
the
lock.
inside of a server.
I think that means leave the damn thing alone and let the professionals do it. Yeah. Science?
How long will your science take?
Do you need me to shut up so you can make a video?
Yeah, they do.
Very much so.
All right, I'll shut up. You can make a video.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take a look in here. We gotta be quiet. They're doing professional videos.
She came a long way to do that video.
She did. It's okay, I adore that one. I think we're out. There we go. Okay, so there's the PCI slots.
Daughter boards. Yay.
Technically, this is the daughter board.
Yes, that's what I was. Yeah.
Alright. Alright, now it's back in where it belongs. Alright, I'm calling that good. 2 VRMs, that tells me we probably have 2 processors in here. Lots of hard drives, you saw those from front. Dual power supplies. Now, I know one of these machines has a bad power supply, but I don't know which. So, but Rocco's smart. He can figure that out. So, all right. Take him, give him a tour. Enjoy yourself. Bring the camera. Show him around.
Gonna be another fun day at the lab. So, where are you from?
How far back do you want to go?
Fair enough. How'd you hear about the place?
Actually, my roommate, Michael Curley, is currently working on home projects, and he was over here earlier this week and mentioned that this is something that I should definitely check out.
And what are your interests?
I guess overall entrepreneurship, but I'm pretty big into cars, and so that might be an area to kind of
Okay.
make use of the resources here. So.
Well, they're recording, so we're gonna go through robotics instead. Be a little quieter. That is assuming the lights are working. If not, this is gonna be an adventure. This is gonna be an adventure. Yeah, not the only one thinking that, at least. Sure, the Zom kids would love seeing this. It's so spooky. Anyways, go to the other side, turn the lights on, give you a better idea of what we're actually seeing down here.
How long have you guys been working on the building?
I believe it was, I've only been in the group since February, so I'm kind of new to things around here. in terms of the long term. The Geek Group has existed in one shape or form since pretty much mid-90s.
Okay.
Started off as a student group that Chris kind of helped found, and then slowly grew and grew and grew. And can't remember if it was 2010 or 2011 when they took over this building. And I'm sure somebody on the internet is already commenting, he's an idiot, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because this will be on the internet and people will be commenting. So this will be the future home of robotics. Right now it's kind of overflow storage. This building was a YMCA building in a past life, and so this was the track. We now hope to have robot races and a few other things. But again, right now, miscellaneous. If automotive is kind of your interest, our next step will be the VSL, Vehicle Service Lab, or nah, it's the lift. Ta-da! This is the MDH, main demonstration hall. Basically, we have our CNC mills, we have a couple cars, we have a Lotus, you know, a few things like that. Well, not quite, because this right here is your typical non-assuming Chevy, I can't believe I misspoke, S10.
Electric?
Completely. You have heard this story before.
I have.
And that was not supposed to come out. You haven't been here for a tour prior?
Nope.
Alright.
No, like I said, Mike's a good friend of mine.
He talks a lot, I take, huh?
Yeah.
The Lotus, the goal on that one will be to do a full electric conversion. We were able to get the car donated. We, unfortunately, cost a lot of money to do a full conversion, so it is a project that we are actively working on, but it's not one that we are currently working on. Otherwise, you have your typical lift. Wonder how far radar's on right now in terms of the engine rebuild. But we're actually... No, looks like he's still working on getting that all put together. Rebuilding the engine of this car. As you can see, we have parts for it everywhere. So if you already know about the electric truck built by the 15-year-old, why don't you tell me about this space then?
Ooh, I don't know about the space. I just heard the story.
You just heard the story. Okay.
Yeah. Engine back together. I can help with that.
I like this.
Done that a couple times on my own car.
Okay. This is Jeff. Jeff is a giant robot that was, if I remember the story correctly, destined for a Saturn plant at one time. Came to us instead. Currently, Chris is going to yell at me. I believe there's only 2 of Jeff currently in existence. He's a prototype.
Okay. Wow.
And you can come here and reference the Kuka Bible, written by Geek Group members, all 3 volumes, and you can learn how to program Jeff. So if you ever want to play with a giant robot, you can. And the great thing about Jeff is that even though he sits here and doesn't do too much, he has carved pumpkins and a few other projects that members decided to have him work on.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he's fully operational. And if you're into cars and robotics, that might be a fun one if you want to learn how to program something that was destined for an assembly line.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there's also the occasional pedal car that shows up. And Omni, the Wonder Dog. Have you heard about Omni?
No.
Omni's head of human resources.
Hey, what's happening, Boo?
Not much. The general theory, the dog likes you, everyone else will too.
Giant gyroscope.
I haven't been on that one, so there's really not too much I can tell you from personal experience, but if you ever want to, I'm sure I can get the right people. Tool storage, almost every tool in the world, and if not, we can get one for you. Basically, people can come here, check out the tools that they need to work on their own projects. And generally, there's a gentleman by the name of Batman who hangs out here who's in charge of the tool room. we'll check out wood shop quick. Since this doesn't make the blog that often. So the wood shop, as it's being worked on, obviously we're trying to make a little bit more space where we can, but all your typical things that you're going to need in terms of jigsaws, table saws, a couple of lathes, all that fun stuff. Extra workspace over this way, which is still getting set up. Then an old shower, which has been repurposed for paint, including I see a rocket. It's a maze. This is not usually part of the public tour. Watch your step. There are things in here that will kill you. I'm not authorized to work these, but I'm hoping you know what those are. Yes. 2.4 million volts of Tesla coil. I'll see if I can't find Chris to give you a demonstration before you take off. You said you had to go back to the east side of the state?
Yep.
Okay. So just here for the daily visit.
Yeah, I guess you can go that one.
All right. General offices, paperwork, fun stuff. And yes, I'm intentionally trying to get you lost. Classroom 2, which as you can hear, they're working on. So right now, trying to rip up the floor. We'll go this way. Kitchen, chemistry, chemistry lab. The future home of electronics, though it's currently still just piles of stuff. The room that they are currently doing the last finishing touches, which would be our rapid prototype, where we actually have 6 brand new rapid affinity prototype machines that we are working on getting up and running. Oh, there's a lot of cameras in here. Miscellaneous storage. Laser optics. So you can actually come here and play with lasers as well. So as you kind of see, we have a little bit of everything. The Geek Group is, currently under construction. That's why you see people scraping floors and hear it in the background as well. But it's a place where people can come and pretty much do a little bit of everything. Right now, the video shoot they're doing upstairs is a seamstress who's talking about the geeky things that you can do with clothing. So we literally have automotive, lasers, high voltage, rapid prototyping, CNC mills, a full audiovisual production studio. We are working on getting the funding for an entire recording studio and, grease monkeys out in the garage.
I did hear a rumor about newer CNC machines coming in.
We have 2 brand new machines that are coming in from Haas. We can head back to the... Actually, give me a second. Chris will yell at me for this later, but oh well. This will take a minute to charge.
I had to be some rocket scientist to make it all happen, and then I saw Chris on YouTube with a couple of, it was Trevor and I'm trying to remember the other kid, but so I literally followed that verbatim and built my own first prototype coil, and a few months later I needed more. And so I built a bigger one, and it's kind of outgrown my house and my driveway at this point. And so I can come here and they have Gemini, they have Thumper, they have all this high voltage stuff that I wouldn't dare play with at home, but I can play with here, and I can learn, I can be safe, I can, not set my garage on fire or blow my oven on. So Just so cool, you know, just you can do anything. So, and he starts filming as I start talking. So
I wish I could have gotten it 2 minutes earlier at the start of your story.
that's my driveway. That's 7 months after seeing my first video with the Geek Group.
I don't know if you can.
I've seen it.
You see that? Yeah, this was actually a professional photographer came by. Shot that for me. So, yeah, it was a beautiful thing, and now working with Chris, and maybe have an opportunity to play with Gemini.
Yeah.
World's most powerful twin bipolar. So, but I can't stay terribly long today.
I know, you're here on lunch.
But I'm trying to make it back tonight, or I can squeeze out every day tomorrow. I'm spending Friday afternoon here, so I'll have to see what happens. Where are you headed next?
I'm intentionally getting him lost. We've used about every staircase in the building except this one, so I figured I'd go this way.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you very much.
So as I have completely failed at this tour, sorry, questions. What do you want to know? What do you want to see?
Questions.
Have you asked him what he's looking to
Automotive. We've already been out to the MDH, so
Yeah.
when he saw that we had an engine torn apart, he's like, yeah, I've had to do that a couple times. Need any help?
Did you tell him about some of the? I know I'd heard Chris before talking about some of the NASCAR tools.
Yeah.
NASCAR torque wrenches. I mean, tools that, as he said before, you can't get your hands on. These things are as precise as they come.
Chris tells a story that he loves, that we have this giant torque wrench, you know, with the cable and the adjustment and everything with the little readout, and he was using it to tune his drum set. Because he could.
Yeah.
Because we have those tools that you normally never have access to, and you know, here's this huge thing that you normally see in NASCAR, and he's using it to tune his drums. Why not?
Yeah. that's just it. That's, I think, my favorite part about it all. Why? Because I can. That's the biggest question I get asked about my Tesla. Why the hell would you build something like that? Because I could. I proved to myself that you can, and it was because of this that I realized that was possible. Awesome.
It's definitely a unique place.
And the dog likes you, so you got that in your favor.
Human resources that they go. So.
Omni approves, you're good.
Yep. So in terms of membership, volunteers are always appreciated, always welcome. If you put in enough hours as a volunteer, it gives you access to the rest of the lab. Otherwise, it's free to join online and have access to the forums. $20 a month gives you additional access, including when we bring TGG2 online, which will be a dedicated video network, so you can kind of log in and see what's going on around the labs. That's $20 a month for that, and then full lab access when we are completely open to the public will be $40 a month. Compared to some of the other maker spaces in like Grand Rapids, that's a quarter of the price. So.
In terms of students, is there any sort of discount for that?
Not specifically for students. Like I said, if you want to get here free, volunteers get access. So.
And how many hours would you be looking for that?
I don't know what the official count is. The truth is I'm here 10 to 20 hours a week, and they like me here, and some people are here more, some people are here less, some are here for academic internships, so it all depends on what you're looking at. I'd have to talk to the boss. I think it's 15, but I'm not exactly certain. Sorry, I don't know.
That's really
So.
Time is 16:08 hours. Check this out. It's cooling off right now. It's cooling, chilling out a bit. It's doing very well. These two gentlemen, Joe and Dan, you always look brooding. You always look so brooding. Just, I hate your children. It's a Dan thing. Dan Eakin just has that look too.
I will eat your children.
Okay. These guys have been kicking ass. Look at this. Look at here. I'll back up so you can see the big picture here. The progress bar of the floor is just about exactly 60, maybe 70% or so. They're doing amazingly well. So yeah, Harvey Points is going to see this and cut me a key from it. There you go, Harvey.
There's your key.
That's badass. We'll get this done today. It is entirely possible to get this done today. That'd be cool, because then it's just scrape it clean, just a light scraping, because you got to get all this off it. Anything, when you run your finger over it, it's got to feel smooth. But that's second layer cleaning. We're doing, this is primary cleaning, then we'll do the second cleaning, and then it's glue and tile. Then we do the edging, then we do the lights, and then we're moving stuff in. This could happen this weekend. Absolutely could happen this weekend. That's why I was like, if we can get this done today, that's a huge step, because tomorrow we'll scrape it, and just, wow. In fact, it's entirely possible that before you're done with that, I can have Mike over here scraping, and we can just chase it right across. Because once that's done, the glue and tile, easy. That's fast. We do that, we let it set a day to kick, and it's cool, and then we do our edging, and we're golden. We're there. So, awesome. Kick ass.
Cool.
All right, you gentlemen, keep rocking out. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you don't have a brighter work light, that's not going to be obtrusive, so
Okay.
I'll get rid of the present.
We lock my wheels.
Sure. And then climb up and get the overhead set up for wireless. Excuse me?
Which turned off. You having fun?
Yeah, I'm just figuring out this very advanced machine that you have. It's very advanced. There are buttons.
I love
This is
that
a
it's
touchscreen.
dripping like
Why do you think we
Right
moved
there?
the table here?
That's why we move things. 'cause
we're
you
so
know.
ghetto. We're so very ghetto. We need a roof that works.
So would you like to know why this is a really cool machine?
Oh, do tell me. Teach
Okay.
me stuff.
So this is a very cool machine, and here's why. If you're a new sewer, this machine has all kinds of features that make it so that you don't actually have to learn important skills like putting thread through a needle or figuring out how to knot things. It has
You don't
a
have to
knotting
know how to
button.
put a thread in the needle.
I know, apparently
Wait,
it does
no.
it automatically if you
What?
press this thread your needle button. Which, you know, if you're 98 and you're still sewing, that could be important. It's got a cut button too, but I never use these. I don't have these on my machine. My machine's all gears. It can sew through 3 thicknesses of leather, like butter, but it doesn't have buttons, and it's not like
You know we
this.
got that for $200.
I believe it. In
That-
fact, something you should know about buying a sewing machine is to always attempt to buy a sewing machine that was used as a demo, especially at a quilt fair out here. Lots of quilt fairs, but if you can find a quilting fair, they'll have demo machines, and you can get them like for half of what they're worth. And they're really good machines, and they've only been running for a couple of hours. And they're way better machines than you can buy if you like go down to your local big box sewing store. If you buy a machine from a big box sewing store, like a Simplicity brand, you're gonna get a very inexpensive machine, but it's not going to be as good a tool. And this is one of those situations where you want to spend the money for the tool. A cheap tool is a dangerous tool, or it's a tool that's going to break down on you in the middle of your ball gown 3 hours before the ball.
The rule
I'm
around here is-
speaking from experience on this.
The rule around here is that there's no such thing as expensive as a cheap tool.
Exactly, expensive to everyone.
Isn't she awesome? You just point a camera at her and she goes. I need like 20 of you. I'm used to normal people who like you point a camera at them and they hide, but like you, it's
Because
Rick.
that's
It's
an
awesome.
interesting angle.
What?
Just
I'm holding the camera, but I'm not actually recording.
Oh, okay.
No point in having
Oh, you do just for reasons you'll never understand, but you need to say hi to Mum. You got to give a shout out to Mum because you're talking about quilting and stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, huge quilter. You got to say hi to Mum.
Who's, oh, your mom?
No, Mum.
Mom?
Mom.
Hi, Mom. Go quilting. I'm not allowed to quilt because I already obsessively collect fabric to make clothing. And if I were to obsessively collect tiny, tiny squares of fabric to make quilting, my husband would leave me. So we have an agreement that if I ever get into quilting, he is to take my craft room and empty it and donate it all to Goodwill. And that'll teach me.
So you did? Are these all buttons?
These are all
Or
the
are these?
stitches. These are the
You select them out of there.
Yeah, and I finally figured out how to do that. These are all the fancy stitches that this machine does. It even does automatic buttonholes. Back in the day, you had to do buttonholes by hand. But this machine, you just press a button and it makes the button
God,
hole
it was
for
so
you.
hard for you growing up in the hood with jacquard.
I know, like totally. It was awful.
Get my eye catch.
These are different stitches that you use for different things. And each of these stitches, some of them are just decorative like that one, but a lot of them are for a very specific job. This is a straight stitch and that's a zigzag stitch, and you got some triple stitches in here if you are sewing something that you want to be really, really sturdy, like if you're making a tent or you're making a pair of work pants where you want those seams to live no matter what. And so you'll triple stitch it so that nothing will hurt
So
those pants.
you need to do like 20 videos on this, and then you need to come back and do 20 more videos on Serge.
I know. Actually, I don't know how to use the Serge. Like my machine does both.
Yeah?
It's like this. It's
Okay.
special. It's a Janome. And it can handle both knit fabrics and woven fabrics. So I don't
Cool.
have room for one. That's really the answer.
Well, you can come here and play with them all you want.
You know, my husband and I, we have a Power Tools only Valentine's Day rule. So for Valentine's Day, we're only allowed. No, we totally do. Why are you laughing? It's the best rule ever.
That is the greatest thing in the history of romance. You have a
I
Power
know.
Tools only Valentine's Day rule.
I know, right? So sometimes we wiggle a little bit. Like last Valentine's Day, I got a new pair of scissors, which are technically not a power tool, but they are a tool, and they were really expensive, and they're really good scissors. But he asks me every year if I need a serger for Valentine's Day, and I would say yes, except that I don't know where we'd put it.
Say yes, you'll find a spot.
No, seriously,
Say yes.
I own like
Say yes, you'll
7
find a spot.
sewing machines.
Buy her a Serger, please. She needs Serge.
I even have a sewing machine for the apocalypse.
There's a serger here for the lab. Its name is Serge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it French?
No, it's just Serge.
Are you sure?
It's a serger. I don't know where the hell they're from.
It might be
Probably
French.
Austria.
Serge is a French name.
Okay, well, its name is Serge.
Okay. Anyway, I have one machine that is a pedal drill. It's like 150 years old from the Victorian era in mint condition, and that's for the zombie apocalypse. Because I figure I'm going to need a job, and I can sew on my sewing machine that doesn't need electricity.
It's a good system. But today you're teaching people how to use this.
Yes, this
Making videos. And the live stream is loving it.
incredibly fancy machine.
We use it to make
This
this
is
stuff. We
way-
don't use it for regular
this
sewing.
is a-
It does embroidery.
It's way more sewing machine than we need for
We
today's demo.
hook it up to USB and Aaron rocks out. That's Aaron's whole world. He's got 2 of those things up there and he's double fisting patches all day long. That's his thing.
We're gonna have to lower
It's good for you, Aaron. I'm so proud of you. We actually watch you at home, and I already knew about the patches. And
Well,
you
see?
were the one.
Now if he'd make me a shirt that says Captain Boden on the top. You could do that as a lesson. You could come out here with Aaron and do a video and maybe embroider me a shirt that says Captain Boden. I want to.
You know, I don't know so much about the I don't have an
Well,
embroidery machine.
Aaron can teach you.
I
He
have
knows
friends
that. You
with-
have an embroidery machine now? What you
I know.
trying to do? It's
I
here.
don't
You
know
came
how
to the
go
Geek
there.
Group and got access to tools and equipment that you couldn't have at home.
What? It's
Yay!
crazy talk.
Make a video.
Alright.
Hey, Chris, you know how badly I want this mounted on a wall so we can just turn it at the sets?
No, dear. What we do is we get several cameras permanently mounted and we never have to turn them. It goes on the wall and we don't have to mess it. And you could make that happen if you would donate some damn fluid heads. Because we've got like 30 pounds of camera on a 15-pound fluid head. And if you just twitch it, it goes
Yep.
like it's about to do right
Well,
now.
It's just that this
Also note, that's a $100,000 camera that they're about to do this to.
this particular fluid head is probably fine, except that the tilt lock is broken.
We need tripods that don't
We
suck.
do need tripods that don't
Hey,
suck.
Jabroni?
Hey Liz,
Yes.
can you do that like?
Hey, Jabroni?
Yeah,
It's leaking on the floor over here too.
I noticed.
Okay.
A little bit.
Patrick, we need a roof.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay.
I'm not sure how
Hey guys,
What?
bottom out all 3 legs, slam the thing to the floor.
And just use the thing?
She's 4'2". Put it on the floor and it'll be fine. Huh?
Well, I'm 4'4" in these nice platforms.
Oh, okay, but she's just towering.
That way at least it lifts a bit more evenly, hopefully.
Okay, I'm gonna do some crazy stuff with the mic.
We've had that thing telescoped out full height and the whole world spent the first video just looking down her shirt. Which, you know, for our target audience is totally okay and they're loving that on the live stream, but
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. It's not such a high cut shirt.
Now you can see your feet.
Nobody wants
Well,
to see
that that's tiltable. A lot easier now.
Yeah, but you still can't really.
It's kind of novel that I can actually see through this thing, because usually it's set for jabroni's height, which is like. Look at that, professionals. Will you sit down?
I already bitched about this.
They're trying to aim a camera and you're all hiding.
I already bitched about this in the AV blog that you'll probably see tomorrow too, but we could really use new monitors and something better than those freaking carts that are really in the way of everything.
All right, I'm working on monitors. I've been working on monitors for like a month, but
You've also been pricing
gotta-
cards and others.
yeah, I'm trying, but
I
I know video is entirely. Oh, okay. I know video is totally screwed right now. What with one good camera, one camera. The good camera's got a focus ring issue. I noticed blue is gone.
We didn't want to deal with the autopsy
With the
side
grain
because
and all
blue-
that, yeah.
Yeah, blue doesn't like that background. It gets grainy on this color.
Yeah,
only
we
this
need
color.
to get proper cameras that don't suck and proper monitors and stuff. I wonder. Hang on, let's look at the vintage on this monitor.
The cameras are proper.
This monitor that went to KVCC.
Yeah, when did you buy these cameras?
Huh?
When they
06, 08?
Those like red and blue?
Yeah.
2003.
There you go. They're worn out.
Yeah, they're worn out. I know they're worn out. I've been trying. They're 10-year-old cameras.
God, that thing is so old.
I'm trying to find a date of manufacture on this. I'm really curious. Maybe somebody out there can look up that model number and tell me when this was made. Got anything, guys? Give me a date of manufacture.
Coburn.
Who's who?
This nifty little.
Terry Coburn. He works in the AV Media Services at Kalamazoo Valley Community College, which is.
We got this from a community college.
No. They had it originally. Then it went to Community Access.
And then
it went to us.
Yeah.
We're on the bottom of the barrel. So I think it's funny that sticker's still on there.
It is a terrifying new plant film.
We'll be back. Hi.
This is take 2.
You screwed up the first one?
We got the,
So this was your first model?
yeah, we got the plastic tied up in a knot.
Oh, okay. But we're getting better? That's way faster than I thought it'd be.
That's just funny because we were just talking about how it's way slower than I thought it would be. This is going to take 48 minutes.
That's not bad.
We're using the lowest resolution settings it has with the most physically complicated model I have.
Okay.
I thought that was a good combination.
That's really neat. Why are you feeding off here instead of
That's when I
anything?
got it tied in a knot.
Okay.
So rather than spend my afternoon troubleshooting how I was mounting it wrong, I wanted to troubleshoot the printing.
Okay.
The software is amazingly easy to use and intelligent and awesome.
Yeah? And what you made here looks beautiful.
And it's very sturdy.
Never seen the back of the Buddha before.
I know.
It's just weird. I've never seen the back of the Buddha
He's
before.
always flat, right?
That's cool.
You can see the one spot where we started to get the plastic tied up.
Yep.
I'll come find you in 38 minutes.
Okay, you find me in 38
And I'm
minutes.
going to make sure to show you what it looks like before we take any of the support off of it.
Okay, cool.
Here at the Geek Group, we've invented a new fundraising strategy. You can now purchase impressively tiny coins we've compressed using high-energy magnetism. We induce a current pulse of 100,000 amps into a copper wire coiled around a golden dollar, dime, or quarter, producing very powerful opposing magnetic fields that compress a quarter to the diameter of a dime, which you then receive in a lovely commemorative package along with the satisfaction that can only come from helping the Geek Group build our endowment, which in turn will allow us to put membership fees, donations, and sponsorships towards furthering the organization rather than just maintaining it. Carry a lightning bolt in your pocket, available at thegeekgroup.org.
Man, you get this far out away from the door and they go easy.
Yeah.
I hate you. I was doing them right in front of the door where everybody walks, and they were incredibly hard to get off.
Yep. Perfect. This was not
hate you. You totally suck.
Well, in the middle of the floor, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I know, but you get back in the corner, nobody's ever walked there,
Right,
so
exactly.
they pop right off. You get over by the door and it's hell.
Yeah.
And in looking at the floor, you can definitely see the traffic patterns.
Yep. Watch the cord.
Dog tax. Hey, you're alive!
Believe it or not.
I got a present for you.
Well, where?
Come here. I'll make you a happy guy.
I'm already a happy guy.
Oh, you're about to be a really, really happy guy. I have, you know how we had that idea to do the TGG2?
Yeah.
How would you like to do that today?
No, well, it depends on how much.
Got everything you need to get it started.
Everything?
Everything you need. I got you a new encoder and I got you a new Caspar box. So what you're going to do is build these two machines.
Really?
Yep, you're going to build these two machines. And then, once they're up and running, these will become the new primary encoder and transmitter.
They're that beefy?
They're that beefy. And then the current working system becomes TGG2.
Really?
And now we're broadcasting 2 streams and the whole world's a happy place. We have to be quiet though because they're shooting video. Come take a look at this. Rocco's been wanting to see these for a while, but Rocco has been sick for a week. He's caught the gay.
Hello?
Hola!
We just started shooting.
Cool! You making videos? Hi! Hi, Mom!
Hi!
I want to be in a video!
You're in the video all.
We'll be quiet.
Okay.
I was just telling him how we had to be quiet because they're doing a live shoot.
And yet here you are.
You can close the door. Oh, you closed the door.
Yeah, tell me there wasn't a giant gaping wall missing.
We'll be quiet.
If only.
He said thank you.
I saw her on the internet. I'm like totally your biggest fan. You're that science girl. You do the lightning stuff. You're awesome.
That's not me.
Oh, okay. So we have new Casper box, new encoder box.
No shit.
Yeah.
Do we have the new Black Magic cards?
No, but we'll get them. But you can start doing software and all that. I mean, there's a lot of work to get them set up.
That's beast. What is it?
It's a Proliant DL380G5. Now these are donated by Andrew Webster.
Okay.
He's been working with Rocco. You can probably get a hold of them both in the IRC. Right there, right now. Yeah, we're all over this. See, so you come back, your world's a better place. That's what I do for you.
You mentioned something about you were having some Casper problems.
Some? I haven't had remote control of the system in like a week and a half.
We messed with it.
I don't even ask him. Fix it. What I know is Todd went away and it broke. Okay, this is what happens. Todd goes away and it breaks. Rocco's good. Rocco's awesome. He's here. He's doing his best. I got Mark has been doing stuff and he's doing awesome. And if it weren't for Mark and Rocco, we wouldn't be on the fucking air right now. So fix it, Todd. Fix it. You abandoned us. You cast us out where there was weeping and gnashing of teeth.
I couldn't avoid it.
And so just
Trust me, I could not avoid it.
fix it.
See what I can do.
Thank you. Because they're selling this. Let's see, what we'll do is we'll get this as the primary system. And then the existing one will go to this as TGG2.
This is faster than that box that we built. I
think so. I don't know.
That I said.
It doesn't have to be faster, it just has to be fast enough.
Okay.
Start doing research. Get in here and talk to Andrew Webster and Rocco. You make it? Okay. I trust you.
Is Bill coming out?
Huh?
Bill coming out?
I haven't seen Bill in a month. I don't know. I'd love to have Bill here, but I have no idea. Huh?
I can call him.
You could call him. I don't call Bill. When Bill wants to show up, Bill shows up. I don't bug Bill unless I have to. I don't even know why that's not looking at the roof cam. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's clean. It's tidy. It's nice.
You just work here.
I just work here. I'm just along for the ride, man. My job is to provide you with facilities, tools, and equipment to play with that you normally could not have at home. Enjoy your television station. Make it work. Hey guys, when's the last time you sharpened that?
Probably could do for another sharpening, I think. We sharpened it once already, but
Okay.
sharpened it twice.
Twice?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, twice. Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm watching his angle and I can hear the hollowness under that tile, how that tile was really loose and yet he has to fight it. So I'm like, you might want to put an edge on that.
That'd be a bad idea.
We're definitely into like the 75% area.
That process, because until you're really good at sewing, your seam line can be kind of wiggly, and that's going to be a problem if you don't do the two-step process. As you can see, if you are making your own bias cake, it's going to be really easy to do that. It won't be bias cut, which means that the fabric is woven in a diagonal, but it... I'll start again.
Okay, you are buying drinks for
Yeah, you know the rule, right?
That was not my phone.
What was
you
that?
You need to talk to the person.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Like I have a country ding-ding as my... No, that's...
Hey, if you keep picking that, it's never going to heal. You're buying drinks for the crew.
That was not mine.
Hey, I don't know. You're the world's first bluegrass lawyer.
I actually know they do exist.
That's terrifying.
Country law.
Is everyone's phone off?
Yeah, mine's off when I come in the room. I know the rule.
I don't think my phone has been...
Yeah, you're buying drinks for the crew, and that doesn't mean moonshine.
No.
Only Jabroni's cool with that. See?
My phone's set to vibe, and I don't think it's been taken off vibe in 2 years.
Ooh, yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, let's take it from where you started to talk about how you can make your own bias tape.
Okay. This is called bias tape because the weave of the fabric is diagonal. And that means that it can really adjust. You can actually go around curves with this fabric, and when you are binding something off. You can also make casing, which isn't cut on the diagonal. It's actually cut along with the threads of the fabric. You can make that from anything. It's just a rectangle, if I cut a square here, that's folded in at the sides and then folded one more time. So if you have something and you want it all to match, it's got a pattern, you want the waistband to match the bottom, then you would make your own. And because we're short for time, I'm using bias tape, and if you're a new sewer...
Time is 17:08 hours, and there's the Buddha.
He has some armor.
Your Buddha has a bit of a beard. This is Moose's bearded Buddha.
This is what it looks like directly off of the machine.
Okay.
This is not what you usually see on the internet.
So now you do a little surgery and take off support structure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I'm told is the rule of thumb is you just kind of fuss with it, and if the material comes off, it wasn't supposed to be there.
Now, this is the absolute lowest resolution, the highest printing speed, this is the worst possible you can do. We just did this as a simple, quick, and dirty test.
With the intention to have the worst that you can do. Because the best you can do, you can find out on the internet.
Yeah, we're pretty sure the best thing you can do is the parts that came with it, especially the head housing.
Okay.
Well,
you notice how smooth that is?
I also, this took 48 minutes. I was able to make a version of this exact same STL take 19 hours.
Okay. So you can get the resolution crazy high.
I could not make it take less than 48 minutes.
I don't think you could machine it with that quality that fast.
No.
Like, out of aluminum or something.
Not this size. I need a different tool.
You need a different tool?
You need like a gun pick.
Yeah.
Can I try it? Here, you try it.
I feel like the blade does not have quite enough oomph.
Well, the blade has the oomph. My fear is leveraging against the model. I don't want to break the Buddha.
Also on this one, it's a little difficult to visually tell what structure and what support.
Yeah, it's really complicated. I have the advantage of having seen the Buddha once or twice.
Right.
I know what tool you need. Got this. Can opener. I think that's part of his outfit. Yeah,
Yes,
that's the
it
Buddha's
is.
robe.
That's what the support structure was.
Buddha has a robe?
Yeah.
His tits are hanging out. He's got a... I tell you.
You criticizing my art?
I frequently criticize your art.
Actually, that may be your favorite hobby.
It might be up there on the list.
Also, this was the most amount of support structure I could tell it to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to see.
The support structure pops right off.
It's the idea.
Now, do you want me to take the base plate off, or should I leave that the hell alone?
Take the base plate off.
Take the base plate off? Okay.
It has a flat, solid bottom.
It may not come off easy, but
Well, my other one came off fairly easily.
You ever seen me put together a puzzle?
no.
I'm a firm believer, and it'll fit if you lean on it hard enough.
Yeah, that's about what I had before.
Buddha feet.
No, not puppy, Buddha feet.
Buddha feet. Omni dog. Omni dog. Buddha feet. I think that's just
Can
about
I
it.
inspect it?
Oh, let me get to where I'm comfortable with it, and then you can tell me what I missed. You have to be patient, Moose. It's a Buddha. You're waiting for the Buddha.
Okay.
What you really need to do is make a Buddha out of silicone. Not silicone. You need a silicone Buddha, because then he would be made from the sand. You can even see the texturing in the back, which I didn't even know your Buddha had. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera because the contrast is so low, but there's
Can
designs.
you rotate it slightly? You can kind of see. Yeah, you can see that. That's cool.
I've never seen the back of the Buddha. I mean, it's always been, that's Moose's Buddha.
It's neat to venture
Okay,
into another
here.
dimension, isn't it?
You're in 3D now.
Yep. There we go.
So there's Moose's Buddha. 3D printed.
23.8 grams, 48 minutes.
Cool. The official rapid prototype Buddha with his nipples! Bigger nipples than Batman.
And for those that are interested, we used the big hole fill on the inside,
Okay.
just the biggest gap you can have, but this thing's pretty sturdy.
You want $1 million idea right now? Figure out how to do this. Make one of those that prints in chocolate so that you can make cherry-filled, chocolate-covered Buddha. Yeah.
On a rapid prototype machine.
On a rapid prototype machine. We gotta figure out how to make them print in chocolate. Because I was watching it do it thinking, man, that needs to be done in chocolate. So, we'll be back. 1751 hours, high energy physics, before. There's Andrew.
So, all I'm gonna need you to do is just, as I'm bringing up the tiles, just, sweep them out the way? Yeah, just sweep them this way, because I'm gonna be working towards this corner. And just so I can see where I'm going. Okay. Don't smile while you're doing this. How much fun you're having.
$1843 hours, and there's the high energy lab after the first round of cleaning. We pulled out everything that weighed less than 300 pounds. Tomorrow we move more. Joe Simon, I need your help. Come on over. I got a project for you.
Right sides together. sewing and the edge of the fabric.
What are we looking at? This is the preview for whatever we need. Right there on the screen.
I learned how to run a machine shop.
Set up an enterprise level server.
Program 9-foot robots.
Make lightning!
Edit video.
I'm building a radio station.
Light bulb terrarium.
A high-performance electric car.
I'm a CNC geek.
Computer geek!
Robot geek.
Physics geek!
AV geek.
I'm a radio geek.
Craft geek.
Car buff.
No matter what kind of geek you are, we've got a place for you here at the Geek Group. Come join us. We build awesome.